So good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the class on business statistics. In today's class, we'll start talking about measure of central tendency. So when we talk about measure of central tendency, in the case of measure of central tendency, we need to understand what is this measure of central tendency basically means. When we say measure of central tendency, it basically talking about the tendency of the data where the data aggregate try to aggregate at the center. So everything follow normal distribution curve. So under the normal distribution curve, if we try to aggregate the data, if we allow data randomly to move anywhere within the given time space, given within the given what you say limitation of the movement, probably we'll find that maximum data will aggregate at one point, and that point I'm assuming as a center. So the tendency of the data where data try to aggregate at one point, which we call as an average, this is basically means measure of central tendency. So when we study the concept of measure of central tendency, of trying to finding out the central part of the data, we try to study few terms, like we'll try to study arithmetic mean, we'll try to study median. Here the spelling of median, the last letter is n, not m, that it's median, then mode, then geometric mean, then harmonic mean. Okay, everyone. So so whenever we try to study average, average can be either, it can be either arithmetic mean. Okay, it can be either geometric mean. Average can be either geometric mean. Okay, it can be harmonic mean. It can be either harmonic mean. Okay, it can be median, or it can be mode. Okay, so generally, whenever we see the word mean, generally mean means average, arithmetic mean only. Okay, you generally for layman purpose, whenever we use the word average, also we are talking about only arithmetic mean only. So you can understand that much important is the term mean. Okay, so when I say average, average in under average, we are going to study about arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean. Arithmetic mean let I represent with AM, geometric mean with GM, harmonic mean by HM. So always remember for n data, arithmetic mean will be greater than equal to geometric mean, and then it will be greater than equal to harmonic mean. Where remember the relation where the square of geometric mean is equal to arithmetic mean into harmonic mean. Remember this relationship. Okay, the square of geometric mean is equal to arithmetic mean into harmonic mean. Okay, where your arithmetic mean of data is greater than equal to geometric mean, is greater than equal to harmonic mean. I hope you understood this. Next thing you remember, if you can remember that mode is equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. The next relationship here, when I'm using the mean, here I'm talking about arithmetic mean. Don't get confused. For layman purpose, whenever we use the word mean, mean basically means arithmetic mean. Clear, everyone? Fine. So I hope you are guys are getting this. So when we study measure of central tendency, under the measure of central tendency, we talk about arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean. Okay, we talk about the relationship between these terms of averages. Okay, these terms of averages, whenever we try to establish the relationship, we probably use different parameters of averages. So mode formula, you know that is 3 median minus 2 mean. Then you know the relation between arithmetic mean, geometric mean, and harmonic mean. The formula of arithmetic mean, if I give you raw data, the formula of arithmetic mean, if I give you raw data, then the formula of arithmetic mean is sum of data divided by the number of data. So the formula of arithmetic mean is sum of data divided by the number of data. This is the formula of arithmetic mean. if I give you raw data. Clear everyone? Okay, like raw data, for example, if I have to give you an example, suppose if I ask you what is the arithmetic mean of 17, 35, then 89, then minus 46, then 57. Okay, suppose if I give you these five number, what is the arithmetic mean of this? So I'll do here sum of data. So I'll do here sum of data 17 plus 35. How much I'll get? 52. 52 plus 52 minus 46 will be 6. 6 plus 89 will be 95. 95 plus 57. 95 and 57 will be 152. Okay. So then this I'll divide by 5. So if I divide this by 5, I'll get 30.4 as my arithmetic mean. Clear everyone? So whenever we get the raw data, so from the raw data, we'll find the arithmetic mean by this formula. Sum of data divided by number of data. Clear everyone? Anyone, any doubt? So once you understood the concept of arithmetic mean, you may get numericals. You just need to follow those numerical to find the value. So you can see this illustration example 15.11. Anyone have any doubt? Please ask me. See this example. Calculate the mean wage means arithmetic mean they're asking you. So you just simply, if I give you this data and I ask you calculate the arithmetic mean, you simply have to add them. 58 plus 62 plus 48 plus 53 plus 70 plus 52 plus 60 plus 84 plus 75. The total sum you'll get is 562. That you have to divide by the total number of data. Total number of data is 9. You'll get 62.44. Clear everyone? Now imagine if I give you, class interval with frequency. Imagine if I give you class interval with frequency. Imagine if I give you class interval with frequency. And if I'm asking you calculate the arithmetic mean, so the formula for that is sum of fx by sum of f. Where what is x? X is the class mark. X is the class mark. Class mark means upper class boundary plus lower class boundary divided by 2. Okay, so you'll find the mean. Suppose for example, if I give you the class interval like 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and 40 to 50, and if I give you the frequency 7, 13, 19, then 45, something I gave the frequency. If I ask you calculate the mean, so what you will do, you'll find the class mark. Class mark means upper limit plus lower limit by 2. This is 15, this is 25, this is 35, this is 45, and then you'll multiply frequency with x. 15 sevens are 105, 13 into 25, that is 65, and then 13 into 2, 26, you'll get 325. Then 19 into 35, 95, then 57. So this is 665. Then 45 into 45, that is 2025. So this is 22 carry, 6, 8, 10, 12, 1 carry, 9, 10, 11, 3120. And the sum of F you will get is how much? Sum of the F is what? 10, then 19, 19 plus 5, 24, 2, 3, 4, 8, 84. So the sum of frequency is 84 and the sum of fx is 3120. So your mean would be sum of fx by sum of f. Your arithmetic mean would be 3120 divided by 84. So your arithmetic mean will be 1560 by 42. It would be 78 780 by 21. The arithmetic mean 21 ones are 21, 21 threes are 63, 21 fours are 84. So it will be threes are 69, 21 threes are 63. If you do 63 means you will get 150. 150 if you are getting, then then sevens are, so you'll get 37 point. And you'll get 147. 30 ones are 90. 90 means fours are around 37.14. You will get the arithmetic mean. Clear? Anyone, any doubt? Anyone, any doubt? Only thing, when you are solving the problem of arithmetic mean, you have to make sure, when you are solving the problem, you have to make sure the frequency, what you're seeing here, you have to make sure that the class interval should be continuous. Imagine if you saw 10 to 19, then 20 to 29, then 30 to 39, then 40 to 49. And then if you have frequency 17, 27, 19, and suppose 2. If I ask you calculate the mean, so what you will do, first don't find the class mark. First write the continuous class interval. Write down the continuous class interval. So that would be 9.5 to 19.5. 19.5 to 29.5. 29.5 to 39.5. Then 39.5 to 49.5. And then I'll find the mid value, class mark. That would be 14.5. Then this would be 24.5. Then 34.5. Then 44.5. Any doubt, anyone? Now what can I do? Now for finding the mean, I have to multiply f into x. 17 into 14.5, 27 into 24.5, then 19 into 34.5, then 2 into 44.5. Except this, the other values I need calculator or I need to calculate by myself. You're getting me? So instead of doing like this way, what we can do, we can follow step deviation method. So out of this x, I can choose one x and I call that as a assume mean. So let my assume mean is 14.5. Out of this x value, I'll choose one value and I'll call that a assume mean. Then I wrote the formula D is equal to X minus 14.5 divided by H. H is a class width, that is 10. So I just wrote down this formula. What is the point of writing down this formula? This is called step deviation method. The point of writing this formula is that because I don't want to, here what I don't want, I don't want to use calculator. Without calculator, I want to solve this. So how will I solve this without using calculator? I can follow step deviation method. So under step deviation method, you need to consider the assumed mean. So out of these variables, okay, you need to choose one variable, and you think that that variable is the assumed mean. So normally I always take the smallest value. The reason of taking the smallest value is what? Is because so that I'll get all positive. So I'll use a formula x minus my assumed mean, okay, divide by 10. Clear everyone? Okay. So what I'll do, 14.5 minus 14.5 by 10, 0. This is 1. This is 1. Then this is 2. This will be 3. Then what I can do, I can find f into d. So this would be 0, then 27, then 19 to the 38, then 2 3 is 6. I can add them. 27 plus 38 is 65 plus 671. I'll call this as sum of FD. So here the formula of mean what we follow is assume mean. Here we'll follow assume mean plus h into sum of FD by sum of f. So assume mean I assumed as 14.5, h with class width, that is 10. Sum of FD is 71 by sum of f. Sum of f is what? Sum of f, I think 83 something we got, right? So sum of f, this is 27 plus 9, 27 plus 19. That would be 46, 48, 48, 65, 48 plus 48 plus 17. So this is 65. So this assume mean, this sum of f. So this would be your mean value. Mean value would be 14.5 plus 71 by 65. So you can write 14.5, 1.60, 60 means 0, so 600. So 600 means 65 nines are 650 minus 65. So that would become around 1.09. So this is 15.59 something. You'll get the arithmetic mean if I'm not wrong. Clear everyone? This is called step deviation method. So this is 720 by 13. When we'll do, we'll get 10.92. So 10.92 plus 14.5, you'll get 25.42. Clear everyone? Assume mean. So out of all x value, you can take any value. All that values assume mean. Anyone, any doubt, please ask me. This is the Frick formula, Saurabh. This is the formula. If you see this formula, 1 minute, let me change the color. See this formula, Saurabh. Assume mean. The formula of mean is assume mean plus h into sum of fd by sum of f. So assume mean I took as 14.5 plus h is 10. H means class width into sum of fd 71 divided by sum of f, that is 65. Clear everyone? Anyone, any question? Everyone do this example 15.1.2. Everyone do this example. So whenever we get the problem, okay, for the calculation, if class interval with frequency is given, we need to make sure that to convert this class interval, if a discrete class interval, we need to make sure into continuous class interval and then to solve it. Okay, many textbooks and all, they simply solve a discrete class interval, but as per the language of statistics, this would be wrong, because whatever we are studying, everything follow normal distribution curve. A normal distribution curve follow continuous class interval. So you cannot do on discrete data. Your answer may not get impacted too much, but you need to convert this into continuous class interval. So the class interval here is 44 to 48, 49 to 53, 54 to 58, 59 to 63, 64 to 68, 69 to 73. You can see these class interval, the difference between the upper limit and lower limit here is 1 by 2.5. So your continuous class interval will be 43.5 to 48.5, 48.5 to 53.5, 53.5 to 58.5, 58.5 to 63.5, 63.5 to 68.5, 68.5 to 73.5. Okay. Do this question by step deviation method. Next one. Already explained you step deviation method. I explained you the direct method. So sum of fx by sum of f formula, if you follow, that is called direct method. So here this formula, this is the direct method formula. So if you follow calculation of arithmetic mean, that is direct method. So the formula is sum of fx by sum of f. This is a direct method formula, or you can follow step deviation method. If you follow step deviation method, then your formula of arithmetic mean would be assumed mean plus h is the class width, h is your class width into sum of fd by sum of f, where what is d is the step deviation. What is the formula of step deviation? X minus assume mean divide by h. Clear? Any doubt, anyone? Solve this question. Example 15.1.3 by step deviation method. So now this question, example 15.1.3, you can solve it by step deviation method. So the first problem we did by direct formula. If I do by step deviation method, so this class interval, that it is discrete in nature, we can make it continuous. Then we can find the midpoint. Then out of these value, we can call any value as assume mean. So here I have considered 14,419.5 as the assume mean, and then I followed the same formula that the arithmetic mean here is equal to assume mean plus h into sum of fd by n. Here h means class width. Here the symbol c is used. Both mean same thing. Now this example 15.1.4, here we have to find the unknown frequencies. The some frequencies are invisible here. Mean is given, total sum of data is given. So how will I find these unknown frequencies? So very simple. One minute. Imagine we have class interval. From class interval we have, suppose this is 60 to 62. So I'm writing continuous class interval 59.5 to 62.5. Then 62.5, it would be 65.5. Then 65.5 to 68.5. Then 68.5 to 71.5, right? 3 difference. Then 71.5 to then 74.5. So these are your class interval. And the frequency is given to you. What all the frequencies? 518, 518. Okay, two unknown frequencies are there, x and y. And then it is given 8. Okay, the mean of the data is given to you. Mean for this data is 67.45. 67.45. Number of data is 100. So if I do the total sum of this, 18 plus 8, 26 plus 5, 31 plus x plus y. So that 31 plus x plus y is equal to 100. So x plus y is equal to 69. This I can write as equation 1. Okay, then I can find the class mark, that is the midpoint. So 62 plus 60, 62 plus 60, then it would be 61 if I'm not wrong, the midpoint. So 62 plus 60, 122, yeah. So then the difference is 444, 64, then 67, then 70, then 73 if I'm not wrong. Then I can multiply f into x. This would be 305. 18 into 64, 18 fours are 72, 18 six are 108. This would be 215, 1152, 1152. Then you'll get a 67x, then 70y, then 73 8s are 24, 2 carry 584. So I can do the sum 1152 plus 584 plus 305. This is 9 plus 11. 1 carry 13, 14, 1 carry 8, 9, 10, 2041. This is 2041 plus 67x plus 70y. This is the sum of fx. Clear everyone? So now I can use the formula of mean, sum of fx by sum of f. The mean value is given to you 67.45. 67.45. Sum of fx is 2041. 2041 plus 67x plus 70y divide by 100. 6745 is equal to 2041 plus 67x plus 70y. So this is 4, this is 0, then this is 7, then this is 4, is equal to 67x plus 70y. Tell me if there is no calculation mistake. Any doubt, anyone? Okay, so you get the two equation. Equation 1 was x plus y was 31, right? Your equation 1 was x plus y 69. So x plus y is 69. This is equation 1. Equation 2 is 67x plus 70y is equal to 4704. So what can I do? I can x and y, I can cancel anything. Let cancel x. So multiply equation 1 by 70. If you multiply equation 1 by 70, you'll get 70x plus 70y is equal to 9 sevens are 63. So 7 carry 63, 42 plus 7, 49. You get 4930. 69 sevens are 63, 6 carry 4, 42 plus 6, 48, 4830. This is equation 1. Your equation 2 is 67x plus 70y is equal to 4704. If you subtract the equation 2 from equation 1, I'll get 3x is equal to, this is 6, this is 2, then this is 1. Then the value of x is equal to 42. If you get the value of x equal to 42, you know that x plus y is 69. 42 plus y is 69. So the value of y is 21. Tell me if anyone have any doubt. This question number 14. The arithmetic mean of the marks scored by student in the class is 53. The mean marks of girl is 55. Mean marks of boys is 50. What is the percentage of girl in the class? Here you can remember the formula of combined mean. You can remember the formula of combined mean, that is n1 into x1 bar plus n2 into x2 bar divided by n1 plus n2. So suppose if you have two set of data, okay, and by putting both of them together, you are getting the combined data. What is the mean for that? You are getting, this is the formula for that. So arithmetic mean of the student in the class, this is combined mean. That is 53. This is 53 is the combined mean. The mean marks of girls, suppose one means girl. So this is 55 is the x1 bar. Number of girl, suppose that is n1. Then mean marks of boys is 50. Number of boy is suppose n2. And the total is n1 plus n2. So you just need to follow the formula. So I can write 53 into n1 plus n2 is equal to 55 n1 plus 50 n2. So 53 n1 plus 53 n2 is equal to 55 n1 plus 50 n2. So I can write here 3 n2 is equal to 2 n1. Okay. So I can write 3 n2 is equal to n1. And n1 I want, right? N1 I want, right? So n2 I can write as 2 n1 by 3. If I get n2 equal to 2 n1 by 3, I want the percentage of girl in the class. Means I want n1 divide by n1 plus n2 divide into 100. This is I want the percentage of girl in the class. So n1 divide by n1 plus n2. In place of n2, I can write 2 n1 by 3 into 100. If I solve this n1 get cancelled. So 1 divided by this is 5 by 3 into 100. If you solve this, you'll get 60%. Everyone try this question number 15 and 16. 16 one, you should get the answer 5. Here you have to find the missing frequency. Already one numerical, question number 15. You have to find the missing frequency. Already one numerical I have done on missing frequency. I have solved, I have explained you everything. Tell me the answer for 15. 16th one answer is already given here. The answer should be 5. Here for this, you can take this as x. The mean of the distribution is given to you 50. Anyone, any doubt, any question? See this question number 15. You have to find this unknown frequency. Arithmetic mean of the distribution is 50. Okay. Now, if you see this, question, class interval and frequency. So you have class interval 0, okay, 0 to 20, then 20 to 40, then 40 to 60, then 60 to 80, and then you have 80 to 100. You have this as a class interval. Then your frequencies are 7x 20, then 13, then 10. These are your frequency. Okay. Find the sum of the frequency. Find the sum of the frequency. Sum of the frequency is 13 plus 7, 20, 20 plus 20, 40, 40 plus 10, 50, 50 plus x, that is the sum of f. Then find the x value, that would be 10, 30, 50, 70, 90. Then find fx. Find fx. Fx would be 70. Okay, then 30x, then 1000, then 910, then 900. Find sum of fx. So this is 1800, 2810, 2880, 2880 plus 30x. Tell me, anyone, any other value? 900, this is 1810 plus 1000, 2810 plus 70, 2880 plus 30x. Clear everyone? So the mean formula, apply mean formula, sum of fx by sum of f. Mean is given to you, how much? 50. Sum of fx is 2. Sum of fx is 2880 plus 30x divide by sum of f. Sum of f we don't know, that is 50 plus x. cross multiply, you'll get 2500 plus 50x is equal to 2880 plus 30x. So 20x is equal to 380. So the value of x is equal to 90. Any doubt, anyone? Questions like this: mean salary of group of 40 female is this much, and that of 60 male is this much. Combined mean salary, I told you the formula, no? Combined mean formula. N1 x1 bar plus N2 x2 bar divided by N1 plus N2. You can get, right? Combined mean. You can take one as boy, male, and two as female. Okay, try everyone. 16th one. Can you do this 16th one? Okay, so Satish did already this 15.156880. Find that. This is 6880, is it? Okay. What about this one? 11th one. Anyone have done 16th one question? You should get the answer 5. So see this numerical, if you have x value 3.2, you have x value 3.2, then 5.8, then 7.9, and then 4.5, and you have frequency as x plus 2, then x minus 3, then x plus 6. So I can find f into x, 3.2x, then this is 5.8 into x plus 2. This would be 5.8x plus 8 to the 16, 1 carry, 11.6. This would be 7.9 into x minus 3. This would be 7.9x minus 9 3s are 27, 2 carry, 23.7. Then this is 4.5 into x plus 6. This would be 4.5x plus 45 2s is 90, 93s are 270. So this would be 27. So the total sum of fx would be 3.2x plus 5.8x plus 7.9x plus 4.5x. Then you have 11.6. Then 27, you will get 38.6 minus 23 minus 23.7 minus 23.7 4. Ayyo Rama. This is 7 minus 3 4. 7 minus 3 4, 14.9. So you have this 14.9. So number is 14.9, and this is what? This is 3.2, 5.8, 7.9, 4.5, 14, 14, 16, 16 plus 8, 24, 2 carry, 8, 10, 17, 21. So you will get sum of fx is 21.4x. Then you have this value 11.6 minus 23.7 plus 27. How much that gave you? I did know. How much was that value? I forgot. That is 27 plus 11, 38.6 minus 23.7. That was 9. 9.4, 14.9. Correct, everyone? So you get sum of fx is 14.9 and sum of f is 4x. This is 6 plus 2, 8, 8 minus 3, 5, 4x plus 5. Clear, everyone? So what is the mean formula? The mean formula is sum of fx by sum of f. Mean is given to you how much? 4.876. Sum of fx is 21.4x plus 14.9 divided by sum of f, that is 4x plus 5. Cross multiply. So 4.876 into 4x plus 5 is equal to 21.4x plus 14.9. So if you open the bracket, 4.876 4 za 24, 30 3 za 32, 35 3 za 19, 3 decimal 19.504x plus this 48760 by 2, 24380, 24380, so 3 decimal 24.38. That is equal to 21.4x plus 14.9. Okay, so I can write 24.38 minus 14.9 is equal to 21.4x minus 19.504x. So 21.4 minus 19.504. This is 96, right? This is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13. Then 10 minus 9 is 1. This is 1.896x is equal to 24.38 minus 14.9. This is 849. 9.48. So you can check this. 1896 into 5, 33 carry, 45, 48, 4 carry 70, 40, 44, 4 carry 9. You can check this. This value is x is equal to 5. 1.896. 5 is 9.48. You can check this. 1.8965 33 carry, 48, 4 carry, 44, 4 carry 9.48. So the value of x is equal to 5. Clear, everyone? Anyone, any question? Any question, anyone? Chandrasekhar, Krishna, Pamita, Pratik, Satish, Setu, Saurav, any question? So this much from today class. Anyone have any question, please ask me. Okay, guys, then it's time to wind up the class. I hope you have understood whatever we have done in this class. So thank you, everyone. I'll see you all in next class. From next class, we'll start median. Today we finished arithmetic mean. Take care. Bye, everyone.